people from Zimbabwe, people from Namibia coming in. One of the challenges in the African continent, we must admit, is the difficulties in free movement of goods and services. Services here we mean even skills. Services we mean people who come visit our country. A person from France carrying a French passport enters this country easy and goes. A person from some of these African countries, some of them have a lot of money. They want to come here. We have visas. It's a mess. Because we have the colonial hangover of being overly suspicious of other black people. So we need to grow out of this colonial hangover. If we give a person carrying an American passport, we give a person carrying a French or European passport free access, easy access. Let's give access. It is not unregulated, it is regulated. You come in right now, a neighborly relationship. South Africa is our trading partner. Botswana is South Africa's biggest trading partner. So we offer them the market. We, together with South Africa, will sit down and determine what our interests are, what their interests are, and how we can move towards each other and find some workable accommodation in terms of which we will agree. If there is a ban, because we want to protect an industry that is only emerging, this is how we want it done, and it is known and it is accepted. So if we act unilaterally, then we create a problem. If they act unilaterally, then they create a problem. So we need to come together and discuss, and that is what the customs union actually dictates.
Almost adapted themselves. How are you going to approach this issue? Are you going to hold people accountable?
It's not even a question of am I, as if I have a choice not to. The legal framework in this country is that whoever engages in corruption is operating in violation of the law. The issue then becomes, are we able to detect? Are we able to process those violations? And are we able to secure appropriate action, either by way of conviction or seizure of the properties or proceeds of those crimes? This has been done. Maybe the demand is do more. So if there's more, then more must be done. And there's no question about it. It's not even whether I want or I don't want. The way it becomes troubling is when it is expected that we should be vindictive. There's no vindictiveness.
It's accountability.
There's no vengeance. It applies to us in the same way as it applies to everybody. If any person in this new government engages in corruption, they must face the consequences in the same way that anybody who has before must face the consequences. And so that is not a matter for debate. What is for debate is, do we have the trade? Do we have the evidence? Then we take it forward. So that, I think, is the nature of the question there. Not whether I want to go after someone. I don't want to go after anybody. But anybody who has engaged in corruption, I don't have to decide to go after it. The law must go after any and every person who has engaged in corruption.